Hi guys, can you guys all on your video? Especially if you just woke up, that's the best so that I don't feel that bad. Testing, testing. Is my connection okay? All right, let's get started. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's session for personal development. So, over here in my name is Ryan, and over here in Wellness Experts, we really focus on wellness. Wellness is not just about physical health, but also mental health as well. Um, and we really focus on personal development as this really leads us a long way. And especially during this time, I find it's really important for us to go through personal development so that we actually help ourselves to become better, overcome whatever challenges that's coming along our way. So let me see who's on the line. Okay, so a lot of people haven't wake up yet. Okay, so I really was thinking myself like, what am I supposed to share for personal development? Something that's not so much on work related, but something in general that we can help more people. And I realized that this is something general, and it also helped me a lot in terms of overcoming my challenges. And this is what I call the power of now. It's actually a book that I read from, which totally changed my perspective in life, and it's really truly amazing. But this book is actually written by an author called Eckhart Tolle, and he actually went through depression. He wanted to take his life away at that time. And why did he decide to do that? He feel like there's actually two separate self of himself. And I want to share something today is pretty deep and also from different perspective. So you may feel like, huh, what is this? You don't understand. But if you can understand, that's great. If you can't, I highly recommend you to go through the book to actually read it over and over again so that you really understand the concept. So why do I share about this today? What's this topic about? So right now, everyone is going through a tough time, and actually, I have customers who broke down in work. Really, I experienced that because I asked them like, how are they going, and they are working from 7 a.m. up to 11 p.m. and that's not the life that you want. And can you imagine if you're going through that? What's going through in your mind? And our mind is the most powerful tool ever. And when something is most powerful, depends whether we use it right or not. Can you imagine you have a knife? A knife is a powerful tool, right? But you hand it over to a kid, it becomes dangerous. So at this time, our mind is always so powerful. But what is going through our mind that's important? What is going through? Is it positive thoughts or is it negative thoughts? But we are not aware of it. So today I want you guys to bring yourself to awareness on your mind, and we're going to talk about the ego and your true self. Wow, very deep today. But trust me, if you really pick up this, your mind, your life will change. And especially when we are in this situation right now, we always, our minds are always on automatic mode that we react. Correct? We react versus responding. So what does it mean by react? React means it's like a reflexes. Oh, I'm gonna pay my bills. I'm working. I need to pay my bills. Ah, the bill comes. I pay my bills. Oh shit, run out of groceries. I'm gonna go buy groceries. But all these are reaction versus responding where you choose. Someone ask yourself, when you're in your job, are you reacting? Oh no, I need to get my work done. My boss is calling me. Oh, it becomes the kind of anxiousness starts to develop within yourself. So are you reacting or are you responding on a daily basis? React, 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 or you respond. So when you react means it sounds like you don't have the choice because it's by reflexes. But when you're responding to a situation, you can make a decision in your choices. So many times, even in our job, we keep going through 9 to 5. We work, just to react, just to pay off the bills. But it may not be something that we choose from. It may not be something we consciously choose from. So how do we get ourselves out from that and become more conscious with our mind? You guys still here? Right? So there's this thing, the past, the present, and future. So in this book itself, it always focuses, that's why the title is called The Power of Now. The power comes when you are present. The past and the future is actually an illustration. What does it mean by illustration? Imagine the past was a present. So what I've just said a few seconds ago is a past, but it was a present at that moment, correct? Not confused, huh? The future is also an illusion. It will be a present. Okay, 3 seconds from now. Okay, it's a present, right? So the past, a lot of times people focus on the past or people focus on the future, but they ignore the present. But when you have the most power, it's when you're present itself. Why? Because imagine you're dwelling in the past. The past holds many different kinds of emotions. Emotions like sadness, regrets, anger. All these are past emotions that someone inflicted or some memories that you hold on to. Of course, there may be positive one as well. But as for the future, what kind of emotions do you have? You have worry, you feel stress, anxiety, the unknown, right? But all these are illusions because it has not happened yet. Or whatever that has a past is an illusion because it's not happening now. So why you want to focus on the past and the future? And many times people go into depression and panic disorder because they are not in the present. So the present simply means at this very second itself, which is why when you go through any yoga or anything, they say focus on the present. When you're really, really, truly present, that's when gratitude presents as well. That's when you really, really experience gratitude as well. So I want to share something, example, why I brought up this topic and why did I actually found this book as well is because at one point in my life, I was actually experiencing chronic stress. Chronic stress, day by day, there's like a background stress. I call it background stress. You don't really realize it, but it's there. Every single day I've been sleeping late. I've been waking up late, feeling guilty after that. And I feel there's a self-blame within me that, hey, you have wasted your time, you wasted your day. So I took up yoga at that time and yoga, as you know, they wake up very early and early is not my thing. So 7 a.m. they start the yoga session sharp. And then there's one time, so after reading the book, okay, I become more aware of my mind. And there's one time where I was late. I'm like, shit, oh no. They start at 7 a.m. sharp, and I was like 6:55, and it's almost time. Like, oh no, no, no. For me to go to yoga is supposed to be something relaxing, but it becomes so anxious for me. And that moment, because I remember this, I told myself, hey, focus on the present, the future, whatever happens, it will happen. You can't control it. Focus on the present. And immediately I switched. I told myself, and I'm not anxious anymore. But many people out there at work, you feel very, very anxious. Day by day, deadlines, day by getting there on time, paying the bills. But if you can consciously bring yourself to the present, then all these emotions you can overcome it because you are more aware. The solution to being present is being more conscious. Okay. So one thing is being conscious. It means being in a flow state. You want to bring yourself to a flow state. A flow state is when you're conscious, when you're present, and all these positive emotions flow through your body. When you're passionate in something, you are at a flow state. But on the other hand, when people are feeling the worst feeling, all this, what you see is called the Hawking scales. It's actually vibration energy. And people don't realize being shameful, having guilt is at the lowest at the energy. Can you imagine when you're not in a flow state? When you're in the higher state, enlightenment, like Jesus, Buddha, they are very you know. So of course, we are maybe, of course, the goal is to reach enlightenment in terms of having a lot of peace. So there's peace, love, reasoning, acceptance, joy, right? So that is the energy where we want to focus on. But when you're having guilt, shame, which is what I told you I went through, I would feel like ashamed of myself for being incompetent, for feeling guilty, waking up late. You know, all these kind of things adds up and piles up every single day. But the problem is we don't realize it because we are not conscious enough. We let we let our mind run by itself day by day automatically without consciously having awareness in it. So even if you have $1 million today, but you're not conscious, you will be depressed. Because whatever situations comes to you, you react to it. You react. You're not having peace. You're not having joy. Even the richest person even if the rich people, they can be sad as well. They can be depressed if they are not having this kind of awareness. So imagine the kind of energy, the kind of vibration that you're releasing every day without realizing. What's the impact going to happen to your body? And I'm not sure if you guys heard of this experiment conducted by this guy called Dr. Masaru Emoto. He's a Japanese scientist. So he realized he actually take water and just before and he tried to crystallize it and put it under the microscope to see the formation. But this kind of water reacts when you say something to it, like you say the word evil. Just before it freezes, it looks like that way. But you say thank you to the water and then it freezes, it forms such a beautiful symmetrical shape. When you say love and gratitude, it forms something so beautiful. And harmony looks something so beautiful. So imagine yourself, our body is made out of 70% water. And your negative thoughts every single day automatically keep running like that. So this kind of, even Mother Nature is actually telling us a story. What are you doing to our body every single day? Right? So we want to be more present and bring ourselves on our thoughts. Our thoughts. There's two wolves. One is the white wolf. One is the black wolf. White wolf represents the positivity. The black wolf represents the negativity. So which one are you feeding? The wolf that you feed the most, the stronger it gets. Correct? So which one are you feeding? Which is really, really important. So so next so why are we not in flow state? So simple, right? Theoretically, we all know, right? But why are we not in flow state? I know I need to be positive. I know. But there's this something called our ego. Ego maybe generally we use that, this person is so ego, very show off, but this is not actually the definition of ego here. Ego is actually, let's just put it in simple terms, is our mind, what we think we are, our false identity of ourselves. What does it mean? Oh, I am a wellness coach. That's not my identity. Or I am rich. That's not my identity. That's not your true self. Sorry, that's not your true self. So we are talking about ego and true self. Ego is what our mind is telling us every single day. But the thing here is we want to bring ourselves to awareness and know what is our ego. What is our ego talking about? What is the ego telling us every single day? That's the ego. Treat your ego as a alternative mind. It's not same as you. If you put it as same as you, then you internalize it. So ego is example, your mind saying you're a failure. But why people feel that they are failure? Because they put their sense of self and their ego combined to one. That's why they feel that they are failure. But if you pull up yourself and look at your mind as a third party, then you say, hey, why is my mind thinking like that? So you're not associating yourself with your mind. You guys get what I mean? You guys are having different perspective and thinking, why is my mind thinking like that? You have better self-reflection. So another way of thinking, after learning this, I become more aware. And when you're dealing with what's that called? Conflict. Yeah, when you're dealing with conflict with people, you will look at people differently right now. If you understand this truly, it's their ego that is making. It's their ego that's having a problem. It's not them. Imagine I quarrel with John. Oh, it's fight. We have an argument. If we have an argument, it's his ego reacting, and then it's my ego reacting, because it's not the true self. Because of the belief that this person have, that's why he has this false. This is what I think. That is his ego, his belief. So we challenge each other. But if I am being able to bring myself to awareness and say, hey, you know what? This is not John. This is his ego. His ego is thinking that way. So he's not being aware of his ego. That's why he's reacting to that. So when you are not seeing his ego and him as one, then you're not going to be angry. But you know, oh, there is a problem that I am aware. After you think that way, it is going to be very different. It's sometimes very difficult to comprehend, right? But if you really understand it, that's why I really highly recommend to read the book. You feel less angry and you understand what's happening. So the solution to this is bring yourself to consciousness. Consciousness, what I mean by consciousness, every single day our minds goes through so many thoughts. So many thoughts. And we are in an automatic mode. Day by day, wake up, go to feeling anxious, I'm late, I need to start on my Zoom, go on the call, and then do my work. Oh no, boss is rushing me to send this. Clients sending me complaints. I need to overcome this issue. It's ongoing of automatic mode, and you just react to every situation. So, like I mentioned in the beginning, I want people. I was thinking what to share with people, but I just want to share to everyone during this time. It's more important for you to bring consciousness towards your daily life every single day. And how do you do that? Is by bringing yourself out as in looking at your mind as a third party. We call it the thinker or the watcher. No, the watcher look at the thinker. Why are we thinking like that? And you can observe your mind without judging it. You don't judge your mind, but observe your mind. From there, you are able to make better decisions. You can't make decisions. You can't make proper decisions when you're stressful. And of course, it's simple. It's easier said than done. And this consciousness is practice. You you need to practice it, consciously practice it. Even at that time when I read the book, I was super conscious. But after I finished reading the book, after some time without practicing, like, yeah, you go back to it. But it takes practice like a muscle for yourself so that you can actually grow from there. So one way to bring yourself to consciousness, a simple practice is meditating in the morning. But you can meditate in any way you want, or just one way, bring yourself present. Yeah, how to bring yourself present? You can go outside to your balcony, look at your plant or something, just enjoy that present moment. Look at the plant. Yeah, not now. If you look at the plant now, you're not present because your present is the PowerPoint now. Look at the plant, and then just look at it. Look at it, what it is. Look at the sky and look at what it is. That it is, you know. So you bring yourself present and you enjoy that very moment. That's you bring yourself be more conscious. Another thing is when you're present, you stop overthinking. You train your mind from overthinking. So this is some practice that you can do, or even in the morning, wake up, do not use your phone immediately, do not check your messages, but close your eyes, meditate on your prayer or meditate as usual, right? And then just focus on the very present, focus on your breath, so that when you do that, your mind is not wondering about the future, being anxious, but you're focusing on the present. You're not focusing on the past, what happened yesterday. Focus on the present. Then you will feel more empowered after that. So can you imagine you're not conscious of your mind every single day? How much of thoughts has been fed to yourself? And we don't want people to go through that, right? So whenever I have clients or my teammates who are going through a stress, I try to remind them of that, pulling themselves out and observe their mind. And also telling myself, everyone here is work in progress. We are continuing improving, but most importantly, do not judge yourself, love yourself more, and being more conscious of your mind. Last but not least, start living a life. Not just going through day by day without a choice, but if you're sick of your job, what can you do? What can you respond? Not reacting to pay bills. So that's all for today's sharing. But last but not least, I hope all this personal development has actually helped you guys to understand a little bit more. And this later in the afternoon, like I mentioned, there's jobs that people may not be happy about it. They are responding to, they are reacting to it. But if you want a platform where you are able to see more potential in yourself and do what we do, helping other people, and personal development or leadership plays a huge role in what we do, in empowering others, in empowering ourselves, in developing our mind. If you like what you just see and do today, I invite you later at 3:30 p.m. There will be a sharing on how you can pursue this career, understanding what are we doing as a company to help you guys, maybe show you a different path that you can go through and help you to find your potential in it. Okay, so that's all that I'll be sharing for today. I hope everyone understand more about being more present and having more consciousness in your mind and whatever you do. Okay, so thank you so much everyone for tuning in. Oh yeah, the book. If you want to read the book, it's not a religion book or anything, but he did quote different religion here and there. It's called The Power of Now. Okay, the book is called The Power of Now. It's quite deep and difficult to read if you don't understand in the beginning, but at least I give you some understanding already, then it might help a little bit. Yes, yes, Nicole, that's the one. Power now, Eckhart Tolle. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone. Have a good day. Have a good conscious day. Bye. I'll take a group photo first. Who's gonna take a photo?
Okay, everyone on your video, please.
Okay. Now.
Smile. One more. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Have a good day. Bye.